Meghan.
Hi.
We're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
First want to just say congratulations to you on everything that you've done and everything that you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a very full, it's been a full few months
Full
for
year.
sure. Yeah.
So this conversation is about her journey, your journey. And I want to start.
We have 20 minutes?
Yeah, we do.
It's been a journey.
We do. We can go over. Just lunch after. Your journey. I want to talk about you as a founder, as a CEO, as an innovator, as a creator, as an investor. We have the CEO of Netflix here. I did binge your show with Love, Meghan. There's nothing you can't do, which is amazing. But talk about how this became a business.
Well, with, I think always credit where credit's due. You know, I know Ted Sarandos will be here later on today, and Ted has been such an incredible partner in the partnership my husband and I have had with Netflix for the past few years. And then Bella Bajaria as well has just been so incredibly supportive. And I think just naturally, I was doing what I've always loved to do. And people couldn't see that more broadly, but what I'd love to do was always make things in my kitchen, do small flower arrangements, make a lot of jam. And when I was sending those as gifts, one day Bella said, "There's a show here." And I hadn't at the onset thought that that was something that I wanted to share in that way. And creatively, we worked as partners to really find a way for it to land and for me to be able to share it and just have fun, which is really, I think, the goal in this chapter, for me certainly. And then you just watch the extensions of that, where Netflix coming on as my business partner for the brand, as ever.
Oh, Royal Sussex Squad family, welcome back. And today, we are serving up nothing but truth, light, and positivity, as we celebrate our Duchess Meghan's latest triumph while setting the record straight on the small, bitter crowd trying, and failing, to throw shade on her shine. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, and not the beautiful kind Meghan might use for a stunning garden feature, you know that Meghan recently launched her beautiful Netflix series with Love, Meghan, and introduced her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, under the broader As Ever umbrella. And just like everything she touches, it turned to pure gold. But of course, when you shine like Meghan does, there's always a handful of miserable critics desperate to dim that light, and we're here to remind them, it's not going to happen. Not now, not ever. So let's get into it. During a stunning and heartfelt appearance at the Time100 Summit, Meghan sat down with Time CEO Jessica Sibley and opened up about her journey with Love, Meghan. And what she shared made it clearer than ever that this project comes straight from the heart. No gimmicks, no fakery, just realness and love. She revealed that initially, she was bashful about sharing her homemaking skills on such a public platform. Bashful! Can you imagine? Even with her tremendous talents, Meghan was genuinely humble about letting the world into her sacred space of creativity and care. She told the audience, "I've always loved to make things in my kitchen, do small flower arrangements, make a lot of jam." You could practically feel the warmth in her voice, the authenticity. Something the British tabloids wouldn't recognize if it walked up and handed them a homemade jar of jam with a bow on it. And it wasn't even Meghan's idea to turn her everyday passions into a show. It was Netflix's chief content officer, Bella Bajaria, who saw the magic Meghan naturally creates and said, "There's a show here." Meghan didn't jump at the chance. No, she thoughtfully considered it because her home, her family life, her hobbies, those are sacred to her. Unlike so many performative celebrities, Meghan wasn't looking to commodify every moment of her existence. That's the kind of integrity the haters will never understand. Now, of course, despite all the heart and authenticity Meghan poured into this project, we saw the usual suspects crawl out from their caves to criticize. Certain UK publications, the very same ones with dwindling readerships and lawsuits in their rear view, rushed to pan with Love, Meghan with their predictable sneers. The Telegraph, desperate for clicks, had the audacity to call it an exercise in narcissism. A laughable accusation considering how they obsessively published dozens of articles a week about Meghan, uninvited, unprovoked, and unbothered. Let's be real. These people aren't critiquing the show because of its content. They're mad because Meghan continues to live her life on her terms, beautifully, joyfully, and successfully, without ever needing their approval. And that eats them alive. It's the same song, different verse. They've hated seeing a smart, independent, compassionate black woman create her own lane from day one. And every time Meghan wins, their resentment grows louder. But guess what? Their noise is just that. Noise. Meanwhile, Meghan is over here selling out her products in less than half an hour and bringing joy to millions. Speaking of the products, let's talk about how American Riviera Orchard is already a phenomenon. Items like the homemade strawberry jam flew off virtual shelves in minutes. Even Jennifer Walsh, who appeared in episode 6 of the Netflix show, was gushing online, "I'm in love with everything, especially the flour sprinkles that I don't know how I ever lived without." I mean, flour sprinkles? Who else but Meghan could introduce something so whimsical, so delightful, that people instantly crave it in their lives? And for those bitter critics whining, why didn't she film the show in her own home? Meghan addressed that with class and clarity at the Time100 Summit. She said, "When people say, 'Why didn't you film in your house?' Well, I have kids coming home from their nap, and 80 people in the kitchen isn't really the childhood memory I'd want for them to have." And there it is. Meghan, once again, showing that her priority has always been, and always will be, protecting her children's innocence and privacy. Let's just take a second to honor that. This is a woman who has been hounded, lied about, and attacked from every direction. Yet when it comes to Archie and Lilibet, she draws an unbreakable boundary. No amount of money or fame could ever make her compromise her children's well-being. She's giving them what every child deserves, a safe, loving, and grounded upbringing. And if that frustrates the paparazzi and tabloid writers who want to exploit her kids for profit, well, that's just too bad, isn't it? Now before we wrap up, let's zoom out for a second. Meghan isn't just creating a lifestyle brand or a Netflix series, she's crafting a legacy. She's teaching all of us, and especially young women of color around the world, that you don't need to beg for validation from broken institutions. You can create your own space, fill it with love, creativity, and excellence, and invite only those who deserve to be there. With love, Meghan isn't about celebrity, it's about heart. It's about living intentionally, nurturing the people you love, and embracing joy unapologetically. And no 2-star review from a dusty tabloid is ever going to change that. So if you're like me, if you believe in celebrating authentic, loving, powerful women who carve their own paths, then Royal Sussex Squad, it's time to stand up, speak out, and show up for Meghan and Harry. Meghan Markle explains U-turn following the release of Netflix project The Duchess of Sussex, suggested she was initially bashful about her Netflix project. With love, Meghan. Meghan Markle has claimed she was initially reluctant to share her homemaking skills on Netflix before she U-turned on the decision. The Duchess of Sussex, who recently launched her lifestyle brand, As Ever, told the Time100 Summit she had always loved making things in her kitchen and creating flower arrangements. The 43-year-old actress-turned-entrepreneur suggested she was initially bashful about her Netflix project, With Love, Meghan, during an appearance at the Time100 Summit with Time CEO Jessica Sibley on Thursday. Meghan told the audience about her decision to U-turn on sharing her domestic interests. Meghan Markle has claimed she was initially reluctant to share her homemaking skills on Netflix before she U-turned on the decision. Getty. She said, "I've always loved to make things in my kitchen, do small flower arrangements, make a lot of jam." She revealed that Netflix's chief content officer Bella Bajaria suggested, "There's a show here," after Meghan began sending homemade items as gifts. Meghan admitted, "I hadn't at the onset thought that was something I wanted to share in that way." Despite the Duchess's enthusiasm for her latest project, With Love, Meghan received largely negative reviews by UK publications. When it aired in March. The Telegraph gave the show just 2 stars, describing it as an exercise in narcissism filled with extravagant brunches, celebrity pals, and business plugs. Criticism was also leveled at the show for not being filmed in the Montecito mansion she shares with Prince Harry and their children. Meghan explained this decision at the Time100 Summit, saying it was to protect her children's childhood. She said, "When people say, 'Why didn't you film in your house?' Well, I have kids coming home from their nap, and 80 people in the kitchen isn't really the childhood memory I'd want for them to have." Her lifestyle products inspired by the show sold out within half an hour. Jennifer Walsh, who appeared in episode 6 of the Netflix show and received the products as a gift, posted, "I'm in love with everything, especially the flower sprinkles that I don't know how I ever lived without." Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button, leave a comment with your favorite thing about With Love, Meghan, and if you want to show some extra love, tap that super thanks button to help support the channel. Every donation goes straight into growing this beautiful community where we celebrate truth, love, and our favorite royals, Harry and Meghan. All right, family. Until next time, stay joyful, stay bold, and as always, we ride with the Sussexes, period.